Welcome to In Style Cooking and the Community. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Kathy Tiller, your host, and Susan Shipman is our co-host.
Hi.
And Oven Odyssey.
That's us. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. She owns a wonderful catering business. And so actually Susan is going to be my focus guest during your own cooking segment today. It's the first time we've done this, and I'm excited.
Yes,
because usually she don't get as much credit behind the scenes, and we need to give Susan more credit.
Because
how
she
about
is
that?
credit worthy.
Yes, how about
absolutely.
that? How about that?
That is awesome.
So today our focus is on cooking, but Susan is going to let us know. I don't think we're actually cooking today, are we?
We are not actually doing anything with heat today. We are going to make some whipped cream, and we are going to build some parfaits, and they're going to be delicious. We did some parfaits several weeks ago.
Right.
And I went on the cheap, and I bought the whipped creams. The whipped topping is actually what it's called, because I don't know if it actually has any cream in it. So, but today we have got heavy whipping cream is how it is identified at the grocery store. Heavy whipping cream, not half and half. It won't do the job because it doesn't have all the fat in it.
Right.
So it's not going to fluff up like heavy whipping cream. And so we are going to, after we get the whipped cream whipped, we're going to put the whipped cream in the piping bag, is the official name of these things. And we're going to crumble up brownies. I've got some fudge brownies, and I have some red velvet cake. What in the world are you doing with that red velvet cake? Well, I made a red velvet cake recently for a customer, and leveling the cake so that it doesn't have that big hump, so that it stacks up right, you end up with leftover stuff, and nobody's going to throw red velvet cake in the trash can. That would just be wrong, Mother. And so so here it is, and we're going to use that today, and we're going to build some beautiful parfaits that are going to be delicious. And so we're going to start with getting our bags ready to hold the whipped cream.
Okay, now you're talking about bags.
Yes.
So a lot of people at home, you may not have the fancier bags like Susan, because she does this professionally.
But you've probably got a bag.
Yes, so tell them how to do that, Susan, because we've done that before on a show, I know.
Yeah, you just put a little tiny hole in the edge of the bag on the tip right there, a little tiny hole, because you don't want the stuff to come out too fast, and then you squirt the whipped cream out through the little tiny hole, and don't put too much in the bag, or you're going to have most of it in your hands instead of on whatever it is you're decorating. And so that works out just fine. And if you have the little tip things, you can do that. You know, you can buy frosting that's in a tube that comes with tips. If you want to go, try to go fancy on some cookies or on a cake or something. And so you can do that. It's available at the grocery store. And it's just not that complicated, that if you walk past the fear of, oh, I'm going to mess this up. When I was trying to learn how to do this, and remember, I don't do wedding cakes. Right?
Oh, she doesn't do cakes.
I don't do decorated cakes with flowers and all that kind of stuff, because that's not my thing.
You're catering, right?
I can do a beautiful red velvet cake. I just don't do roses, and so. But sometimes you need to have a little fluff, and having these tips is a really good way to do that. And if you don't have the bag, then yes, using the plastic bag works just fine. But we're going to rig up another bag here so that Kathy will have a bag to work with. And we've got to cut the end off of this so that we can put the this into the bag. Once we get this in the bag, then this other piece is going to go on top of it, and then we're going to screw it down. That way, if I'm working with frosting or something and not making a wedding cake, I can change tips without having to go through a whole lot of nightmare. I can change the shape. The tips have different shapes, and so I can change the tips when you have one of these things down in the little bag. And this is a 16-inch bag, which is good to work with, because smaller than that, you can't get much stuff in it. And we want to have a lot of stuff in our parfaits, and so we're going to need a bigger bag. So we're going to take some off the bottom of this.
She's going to make me my own little baggie.
I am. I'm making you your own little baggie. And we're going to stick this baby down in there. And remember, you can make the hole bigger if you didn't get it big enough the first time. But you can't make it smaller. You can make the hole bigger, but you can't make the hole smaller. So it's not quite big enough, so I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so the thing will fit through it better, so that it just works better. There we go, and you go right to the end, nice and tight. On goes the attachment, and we screw that down. And so now this is ready to receive whipped cream. I'm going to put all this plastic in the trash can so that it doesn't end up in our parfait. I don't like plastic in my parfait. All right, and we're going to get these ready to fill, and what are we going to do? It's on the thing here, it says max. That means don't put more stuff in there than that, or it's going to all end up in your hand. Really?
Okay, yeah.
Really? You don't want to do that. So we're going to see where the max line is, and instead of trying to pretend that I'm coordinated and get the whipped cream out of the bowl into the bag, I'm going to put it right there. And this is going to make it a whole lot easier for me to get the whipped cream out of the bowl into the bag. Actually, we're going to do that down just a little bit more. And so what's the trick to whipped cream? Follow the directions. Start with your heavy whipping cream that is cold. Shake it because it separates in the refrigerator.
Right.
We're going to measure it just because we want to know. If I use a half a cup of heavy whipping cream, how much whipped cream am I going to end up with?
I don't measure at home. That's terrible. I'm the old school cook. You know, a dash of this, dash of that, little of this.
Know that if you want to do it the same way next time, if you'll measure it once, then you will know that that's the way you want to do it next time. If it turns out exceptionally well, if it turns out wrong, you'll know that that's not the way you should do it next time. So, remember we talked about some tools that you need in the kitchen way at the very beginning of doing these shows. A spatula is one of those tools. A good knife is another one of those tools. This is not the good knife, but this is a good bread knife, and it's recently been sharpened. That's important, and the knife is the most important tool for you in your kitchen. It needs to be sharp so that it doesn't take as much effort for you to cut, because the more effort it takes, the more likely you are to cut yourself.
Right.
Right? Okay.
And you know, about years, like when I first started really cooking for my own family, not from my mom. I inherited a lot of things from my mom and grandmother, like this. We talked about good salad master equipment.
Yeah.
That was the best stainless steel ever.
Indeed. KitchenAid is a good brand.
Yes.
Half a cup. Half a cup.
Half a cup.
Half a cup. Carry on.
You start when you first start cooking for your own family. You get a few dishes, pots and pans from your parents or your grandparents, and then you slowly accumulate things. And I know, like I hate to endorse a product here, but Pampered Chef makes the best food chopper I've ever had. Because it chops so good, and the same chopper I've had for like 20 years already. Okay,
well there you go. That's a good testimonial,
that's
right?
a really good
Okay,
chopper.
Step back in case this doesn't work exactly wonderfully. Okay, my husband got me this thing. It's an immersion blender jobby thing, and it's got this attachment, which is the whisk attachment, which is what we're going to use here. We're going to put some powdered sugar in and some vanilla in, but we're going to work it up a little bit first.
Just the heavy whipping cream right now.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
And this little baby's not extremely loud. And you can actually do this by hand, with a handheld whisk. It'll just take about a week and a half. Not quite that long, but it takes a longer amount of time.
You know that 2 minutes of the instant pudding?
Yeah, well,
the 2 minutes seems like it takes 20 minutes.
I don't make instant pudding,
well, that's because you didn't have a bunch of little kids running around, Susan.
I make a mean banana pudding, and this is a 1 ounce container. I'm going to put about half of this in here, this confectioner's powdered sugar.
Yeah,
doesn't matter what brand you use.
You probably make like my mother's homemade banana pudding.
Yeah.
That's the way my daughter makes it.
Like a custard.
And actually, she's great at it. She's a facts teacher, though, of course.
Okay, well.
So, you know, there you have it.
Doesn't mean you want to make banana pudding.
Some good housewives, right?
Well, you know.
I guess.
It's handy to know how to cook.
Yes, it is.
I mean, it just is.
Well, nowadays men do a lot of cooking. A lot of cooking.
I tell people all the time,
My husband loves to grill now. He loves to grill.
I tell people all the time that if my husband didn't cook, we would starve to death, and that's obviously not happening with us. We are not starving to death. Okay, this is the safety thing on the vanilla. I usually use my teeth, but y'all don't want to see that.
She just got a jar of vanilla extract.
Yes, this is McCormick pure vanilla extract. You can buy imitation vanilla. Don't do that. You can, but don't.
Yeah, actually, McCormick's do make they actually do. I mean, even
they make all kind of great
them
spices.
Free ad right now, but
well, it's something
McCormick's
to
the
believe
best
in.
seasoning.
It is.
Yes,
it's a brand to believe
yes,
in, and you know, getting somebody telling you that early on in your cooking life is a good thing.
Yes, it is.
So you don't have to buy all the junk and end up throwing it all in the trash can. That's like buying good cookware.
Buying what?
Good cookware.
Yes, good cookware.
Go ahead and spend the money, and you'll have it forever.
Yes. I still have all the stainless steel I started with. 30 years old. 30 plus years old.
I have got
stainless steel. Just never. It's just so resilient.
It is. I have got my mom and dad's wedding present cookware that had copper bottoms on them, and so I have it. I don't, you know, people in my family die, and I ended up with their stuff.
I'm going to help you. The audience needs to see that.
And
see
so
how
this
it turned
is
out.
pretty
It's
thick.
looking good.
I made it pretty thick.
Heaven whipping cream and a little vanilla.
A little vanilla and half an ounce of confectioner's powdered sugar. All right, that looks like the texture that we want to do what we're going to do. And see, so that's not a whole lot of whipped cream we made there with that half a cup of, that whipped up into probably about a cup and a half, which is enough for what we're doing because we're not trying to feed an army. All right, and in we go.
I'll hold this. How's that? Sound good?
Bloop. Yes, ma'am.
As soon as we get this little backpack, we're going to take a quick break, Susan.
Excellent.
And
we'll get all of this in here, and then we'll come back and do the other thing. Yeah.
She's going to clean that pan out though for us. You dang right.
See, this spatula thing is important to have in your kitchen
I love whipped cream.
But, you know, and this stuff is expensive, and so you don't want to not get every single tiny bit of it out of the bowl and into the bag to be able to use on the parfaits because it's expensive. Vanilla is expensive. Well, this has got to be a
better way. I mean, this is a lot cheaper to make it than it is to buy the whipping cream.
Maybe. And
like Ready Whip is expensive in the can.
It is, and it's made with oil, not dairy products. It's made with petroleum
products. Well, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Don't go away. Welcome back to In Style, Cooking in the Community. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Kathy Tillery, your host, and Susan Shipman, our co-host, and also owner of Oven Odyssey. Yes, I'm going to get the guys to pull those up quick because she has a great business. You can call her if you want to order just food for dinner for your family or just yourself. She'll do singles, doubles, family meals. She'll be glad to prepare them to where all you've got to do is what? You just deliver or meet and
heat them up,
yes, and ready to go. And she does big events as well on the weekends. Her phone number.
You have an event?
Yes, her phone number is 938-899-4222. And that is Oven Odyssey.
Thank you.
And so we thank you, Susan, for all you've done for our show the past few weeks.
We love what we do. We love what we do. I bet they can hear me, Mother.
It keeps they're telling me to do this, Susan. We're fixing it right quick here.
You're torturing me.
There, better? Now, then. They couldn't hear you good.
Okay.
So,
all right.
That's why we had to play with her mic.
That's good. We got her fixed.
Yes, we did.
We are going to now, this is that red velvet cake that I told you about. We're going to put some of that in the bottom of the cups. And we are going to layer it with the brownie
cake.
You know, cream cheese frosting is red velvet cake's bestie, and but I wanted to do this whipped cream thing today, and so that's what we're doing. You can't beat a red velvet cake with cream cheese frosting. And you know, those are really great at Valentine's time, but they're really great all the time. I make
especially
sausage
with
balls.
kids.
Yes.
This is a good activity.
Oh yeah, this
would be great to do with your children
This is a great trash
at home.
the kitchen activity
Yes.
for sure.
Sure would.
The sausage balls. I take sausage balls to the farmers markets because I don't think that sausage balls are only for holidays. I don't think pecan pie is only for Thanksgiving.
No, I love pecan pie and ice cream in the summer.
I like pecan pie anytime. You know, a little 6-inch pecan pie is a perfect serving, individual serving as far as I'm concerned. I really don't like to share my little 6-inch pecan pie. And so
tell them about the brownie
I'm breaking
now.
up the brownie. This
yeah,
is
but
just
tell
a
them what
fudge
else about that brownie. Where do you sell that brownie?
This brownie is at the farmers markets. I have another brownie that's a gluten-free brownie, and it will change your life. And those are available at Called Coffee at 1400 Quintard Avenue.
Yes.
Where our friend Jared owns the place.
Snyder
Yes,
and his
Jared
wife.
Amazing. And Hannah, yes. And Called Coffee is a great community spot. You know,
While you're getting that ready, let me get the guys to throw up Called Coffee. You can call Jared and his wife at the shop. It's right on Quintard Avenue, right before the Chamber of Commerce, and actually very close to Equality Farms, Downing and Sons. And Susan sells her bread there and her killer brownies.
the sweet bread, yeah.
Yes, and you can phone them ahead for pickup if you'd like at 256-239-4417. Just a great couple. Jared and his wife are just so nice. They started that coffee shop 2 years ago.
And they started with a coffee cart, and then they had the coffee truck. And so the coffee shop has been open now for 2 years, and it's just amazing watching it grow.
And they have lattes. They have specialty drinks in season. Actually, fall coming. I hated he didn't get to join us today. Him and I believe Samuel, I believe they were out of town. And Jared's got a lot going on because he's doing some remodeling and some things.
They can make you whatever you want, you know, but they do have a drink menu, and that's nice. And they also carry artisanal baked goods, croissant items, and they're really very yummy too.
Oh wait, I've got to show now because that looks really pretty. Susan, can you do it with me holding that so that the audience can see? Guys,
you can hold it still would be good.
Can you zoom that in a little bit to where you can see Susan preparing this?
See, having a little tip thing on there makes it a little bit fluffier, but if you don't have a tip, that's okay. Just make the hole in the corner of that little plastic bag and you're all set. All right,
making sure they can see. Yes, that's a good.
Nice. Okay, we're going to do another layer of red, and then we're going to do some brown sprinkles. I'm going to tamp that down a little bit so we don't have big air holes in it. Be in there with my spoon hitting an air hole and be unhappy. We don't want unhappy. All right.
And then you just apply that again on the next layer?
Yeah, I'm just going to go around the outside.
Right.
Yep. Squeeze and squeeze. If your stuff gets if your whipped cream gets a little loose on you, stick it in the refrigerator. I'm going to make that the last. Stick it in the fridge because it'll soften up on you as it warms up, and it's going to warm up if you got your hot little hand around it squeezing it like this. And so the brownie thing we're going to put on top as a garnish. These are really popular at the farmer's market too. It's a nice, cool thing to have on a summer afternoon when you've been out.
Now, do you sell these at the farmer's market?
I do.
These little treats?
Not all the time, but yes.
Nice.
On and off we do have those, and yeah, they're quite tasty.
Tell us about some farmers market events coming up. There's one every Saturday and Thursday. You work, right?
Thursday, Atala has a farmer's market from noon until 5.
Right.
And it is right where you're turning left. You're on 431 and you're turning left to stay on 431. It is right there on the left, right by the railroad track, 12 to 5 on Thursdays. The Jacksonville Farmers Market is 7 to noon on Saturdays. That'll run through October the 25th.
Nice.
Give or take, whatever Saturday
Basically
is.
close to Halloween. Right.
Yes. And then the Anniston Market is from 7 until 11 on Saturdays. They opened on May the 3rd or 7th or whatever the first Saturday was in May. And so and then there's a market. Weaver has opened a farmer's market.
Really? I didn't know about that one.
And I think it's on Saturdays too. And then Duggar Mountain Harvest Market is the first and third Saturdays on Highway 9 at Our Father's Arms Music Hall.
And you know, I have a friend that graduated high school with me, Renee, and she does a lot of fresh honey out in Duggar Mountain.
The honey is lovely.
Fresh
we
honey.
have a lot of
honey
so purveyors in our
you
area.
Could actually,
We're very fortunate.
Probably look me up on Facebook, and you actually could find Renee because she usually advertises. She'll usually do a little tweet on when the honey is for sale out there from Badger Farms.
Great. There's quite a few purveyors of honey, and I think that's a wonderful thing, not just for the honey, but because they have bees, and they will rent out their hives and bring it to your farm.
Really?
So that the bees can germinate the flowers so that you can make vegetables.
Do people realize how important honeybees are? They
Probably
are
not.
so important.
If we can't germinate the flower,
We don't have crops.
Not germinate. That's not the yeah.
We don't have crops. We wouldn't have food.
They're pollinators, and
Yes.
without the pollinators, we don't get fruit on the plant.
Right. We would
You
not
can
have food.
bloom all you
So
want to,
don't
but it's got to
kill-
go one to the other.
Don't kill your honeybees.
Okay.
Oh, look, that looks beautiful,
It
Susan.
is beautiful, isn't it? It is going to be quite edible also.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Those are
and we're going to do 4
kind
of
fun to
these,
make.
aren't we?
We are just about done with
Because
our
we have
stuff.
got a great guest coming up in our community section, okay?
And
Laura St. Clair is here with us. So she will be with us in the community section, and she is a real estate agent in Cherokee County, the oldest real estate agent in agency in Cherokee County, not agent.
Thank you.
agency.
Thank you. Fixed that.
Yes,
That's good.
I had to fix that because she is not old. She's young, especially at heart, like we all are, right? Isn't
Absolutely.
That right? But while we're
Absolutely.
talking about who's coming up next, and we're making these great, wonderful dessert cups that you could do at home with your kids.
Yes, this
in
is
the
real easy to do with your kids.
afternoons,
And you
on
know,
the
you can buy
weekends.
product. You don't have to make a brownie or make a red velvet cake. You can purchase that like a muffin already cooked.
Right.
And crumble them up and make this happen. And you can buy the stuff in the can and squirt, squirt, squirt if that's easier for you too. It's a great way to get the kids in the kitchen though.
Yes,
and,
it is.
You know, and I think
To
that's
get 'em
something
involved.
that we are falling away from is teaching our kids how to
Most definitely. But while we're talking about our sponsors that have just been great, and please shop local, whether it's in Calhoun County, Cherokee County, Etowah,
Yes.
Talladega, Cleburne, St. Clair, because I go to Pell City a lot.
Yes. You have to shop local or there won't be
yes.
local. Local will go away if we
Yes.
don't shop local. There are a lot of meat farmers in the area too. Go online and look them up because they need your business. They're growing those cows and those chickens and those pigs for you.
There's a great meat market in Center. We'll have to ask Laura the name of that because I cannot remember the name of it. But my husband picks up meat there a lot. There's a wonderful new meat market on Highway 78 next to the Chevron. Matthews Meat Market. Justin Turner, a great young man. I love these new young entrepreneurs.
Edwards Grocers has got good meats as well, and they're not new. They're on 204, but I respect anybody that manages to survive for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, because owning a business is more than owning a business is a big deal.
Yes,
it's your heart and your soul, not just your money. It's your time and your love, and you know, you put a whole lot of yourself into owning a business.
Very much so. Very much so. Well, I'm going to ask MJ if he would please throw that up for us. We would like to talk about Equality Farms because Samuel Sawyer is right here in Calhoun County. You can call him, and Samuel Sawyer is great. He will talk to you about the mushrooms, romaine lettuce. You can call him at 256-283-2991, and he will tell you all about the mushrooms. We need to talk about him some more in our community segment.
Also, John Mark, his brother, is not as in front of the public as Samuel is, but they have a great business going there,
they do.
and it's sustainable food growing. They hydroponically grow their romaine lettuce, and the I call it the vault where they have the mushrooms. It's just amazing, and it's humidity controlled, and they take really good care of that so that the mushrooms turn out the way that they're supposed to. And they have got some mushrooms that have great medicinal value to them that help you with your brain and your memory and physiologically as well, not just your mental state.
Feeling good.
And so feeling good, exactly.
Good. And also Downing and Sons. Louis Downing, that business has been passed down with his grandfather and then his father. It was started in 1963. You can call him at 256-236-8972. They do wonderful fabric. Now, they don't actually reupholster, but he will gladly give you the names.
Yes, and supply you with the fabric to do the job, and they have got the foam to re-cushion your upholstered things and your sofa and chair and that kind of thing, so you don't have to lay on the rest.
I hate to cut it short because we're having such good conversations. Stay with us. We'll be right back with our community segment, and Laura St. Clair is joining us today. Yay! Welcome back to In Style Cooking and the Community. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Kathy Tiller, your host, and Susan Shipman as our co-host.
Hello.
And owner of Oven Odyssey.
Yes,
and she prepared this great dessert. I don't know if you were with us in the first half of the show, but in the cooking segment, she made this great dessert.
Isn't that beautiful?
To do with our kids.
Yes.
And we're going to take advantage of that in a minute. But I know you're wondering, who is this beautiful lady beside me? This is Laura St. Clair, and she is with Weisslake Realty in Cherokee County. And it is the oldest real estate company in Cherokee County,
it is.
right? Laura, you told me.
It started back in, I believe it was 1987.
Nice.
Wow.
And we're still there.
She's got a wonderful story, too, behind that. She's got a special needs child that now he's grown.
He's grown.
But
that means I'm that much older.
Yes, but tell us about it, because I have a special, I had, now mine's grown too.
Yeah.
My daughter's teaching now, but it takes a special person to just, every day is a new day.
It is a new day.
24/7 job, it never goes away.
Josh was 42 now. When he was, gosh, I don't even remember the age. I guess it was in the 94 era. I decided I needed to go back to work to offset the expenses.
Right.
So we had thought about some things. Well, Dawn read a piece of paper, an article in the newspaper, and it said real estate. I says, well, I couldn't sell a wet paper sack. But we thought about it, and I went and I talked to some folks, and still wasn't sure. So I finally said, okay, God, if this is what you want me to do, let there be an opening. Well, there was an opening, and the rest is history. I've been blessed, and I've been in real estate now 31 years.
31 years.
And I've owned Weisslake for 3 years this coming Sunday.
Wow.
So.
And you have a house there, but you also have a little place on the water.
And we have a really good neighbor down there.
Yes, because actually me and my husband went to Laura, okay? So you need to look her up, okay? How do they reach you, like by Facebook? If
I'm on Facebook. On Facebook, I think it's Weisslake Realty Laura St. Clair.
Right.
And then my webpage is www.weisslake, no it's not. I'm sorry, it's www.laurasalesweisslake.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you can always call me, 256-484-7777. And somebody will get back to you.
Yeah. And you have, and now she's grown. About years ago, you talked about when you first started, you were by yourself, right?
Sharon Brazier was the owner broker then, and we've always been a smaller company, but we have grown. I've got 3 agents, 3 female agents.
Excellent.
Keisha Klein, Lauren McGowan, and Shannon House, and then I have my husband. He's our associate broker.
What about that?
He's the one I say, you do this.
And Susan's
good.
husband helps
That's
her, with her business as well, her catering business. What does he do, Susan? He's the behind scenes,
he
right?
does whatever I ask him to do. Yes,
That's the best way, isn't it?
It is.
It's somebody you
and
trust.
I'm not very demanding, so that works out well. And I tell people if he didn't cook, we'd starve to death, but he does. So I actually made something for him last night. I made some deviled eggs. I've been letting some eggs get older so the shells would come off easier.
Right.
And he's like, "Where are you taking those?" I said, "No, baby, these are for you."
Oh,
Yes, where are you taking those? It's so funny.
Does he love deviled eggs? My
He
husband
does.
loves deviled
Yeah.
eggs.
Dawn does.
Yeah.
But I didn't know if the eggs were older, the shells would
Oh, it
come off
helps a
much
whole
better.
lot. Yes, ma'am.
Well, when you think back to back in our days, ladies, right? We all hunted Easter eggs.
Oh, yeah.
You remember and how we would come in and the shells did come off easier when you think
did.
about it.
I didn't think about that.
When you think about that, can relate back to that.
Yeah.
Yes,
They weren't
most
plastic
definitely.
eggs then, were they?
They were not plastic.
Now
They were
everything,
not.
there's so much plastic, but hopefully we're getting back to those basics. That was actually what this show was about, was shop local and support local.
Absolutely.
Like Laura's got real estate company up in Cherokee County, and there's a lot of little businesses up there that are great.
There's some great ones.
And she was telling us before we came on the set about a great event that's coming up in October. So tell us a little bit about that, Laura.
The first Saturday in October, downtown is closed, and you do step back in time.
I love that.
We do.
Downtown is closed.
Downtown is closed, and there's some vendors comes from numerous places bringing their home goods,
Right,
and then people sell soaps they bought. There's food on the venue for different places. Our office hosts a free hot dog event.
Really?
And last year we gave out 475 hot dogs.
Wow.
And so this year we've upped our game, and if we have to take some home, we'll take them home. But hopefully we'll give out that much this year.
Or
Yes.
more.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right. So it's a good day to feed the
It is.
community too. So anybody that's in surrounding counties, that's a great event.
Yeah, we have people coming from numerous areas, with Gadsden, Fort Payne area.
Right.
People are now branching in and bringing in your all's area down here, and it's just a time to come together. A lot of churches are supporting things. They'll have free popcorn, and then there's ministries that sets up and does a free photography bullet
Right.
thing. So it's a great little time. Very laid back.
Yes.
Horses,
Yes.
riding down. Kids have
Wow.
places they can go see the horses. Not sure what it's from one end of the town to the other end.
Nice.
And it starts at 7 o'clock
In the morning?
in the morning.
And what
Usually
what's
people's
the
gone by
hours?
12 or 1.
Okay. So it's like a morning
It is.
fun family time.
But they shut the streets down. I guess the streets are probably shut down by 6:30, something like that.
Wow.
And they don't
That's-
open up till
that's
everybody's
fun.
gone. Of course, the fire trucks are there. The
And
flags
that's on
are there.
Saturday, October 1st?
It's the first Saturday in October.
First Saturday in October.
And I'm not
okay.
sure what that date is, but it's
Okay.
a big event for Cherokee County.
Yeah,
A real
yeah.
big event.
And down in Calhoun County, Susan, we had the bike. They had the big bike event
Criteria,
this
yeah.
summer. Yes, and that went well. I heard,
Woodstock
didn't it?
5K was on August the 2nd.
And it went well,
and
didn't it?
It went well. I finished, and I didn't throw up or pass out. And
Yeah.
130 people finished slower than I did. So
Oh,
Right.
you go,
Yep.
Susan. Yeah, that was good.
Yep.
Me and my daughter talked about that. We said we needed to go to the Woodstock Walk, and then we missed it. And I think it was because it was so hot that day. Because
it
she's
was
got a new
cooler
baby.
than it's been.
Yeah.
I tell you what, because the year before it was melting at 7:30 when we started, and it was just whew. But this
How long
year
did it
the
take
hot
you?
is 48 minutes and 52 seconds.
Wow.
Not bad for
my
an old
son
fat
and his
girl.
girlfriend, and I think her parents, they did the 5K in Atlanta on July
Oh my gosh.
4th.
Yeah. Super hot.
It's a 10K, excuse me. 10K.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Him and her ran it, not walked, ran it in like 52 minutes.
Oh
That's
my
awesome.
gosh.
In an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That's
no, they were both athletes in college, so there you have it. You know, we could walk it maybe in 52 hours.
Yeah.
Right?
That's about 6 miles because the 5K is 3.107.
Yeah, it was a good ways. Yeah.
It's a lot.
It was a haul, but
Well
I
done.
remember they didn't finish it. I think they just walked. The parents did. Yeah, I believe her parents.
Well, a lot of
just
people has them
walked.
for good causes too.
Yes,
Sure.
yes.
And that helps a lot.
And you're probably wondering what this dessert is sitting
I
here.
can't wait
if you
to
just
taste it.
tuned
I
in
know.
with
I
us,
don't know why those still have.
Susan did this the first half of the show. Tell us about what's in it, because now me and Laura's going to eat while you
That's
talk
good.
about it. How's that?
It's got homemade whipped cream in it, which is heavy whipping cream with some
Oh my gosh, it is.
confectioner
Oh my goodness.
sugar and a little squidge of vanilla, and
she
you
made
whip
the
that
brownie.
up. And it's got red velvet cake and fudge brownies in the layers. So you red velvet and whipped cream and fudge brownie and whipped cream and red velvet and whipped cream, and there
you
you
can
go.
tell-
Oh
you
my
can really
gosh,
tell
this
the
is so
difference
good.
in the homemade.
Isn't that
cream.
lovely? I mean, you really can. It
You
just feels
can.
different in your mouth.
It does.
It's
This is
super
so good.
It doesn't
Thank
have
you.
that greasy feel in
does
your mouth.
not. Absolutely.
This is so good. And then Susan was saying when we were cooking this earlier, Laura, in the first half of the show, what a great thing this is for kids.
Sure, fun to do, and you don't have to whip your own cream, and you don't have to make your own red velvet cake. You can pick up, a 6-pack of muffins and buy the stuff in the can or in the container, and just simplify it for you and the kids. And it's doesn't have to be time consuming and stressful. It can be
Oh, it's
nice and
delicious.
easy peasy.
It is good.
And, this makes me thirsty, so it makes me think of cold coffee.
Yes.
And get MJ to throw that up for us. Cold Coffee right here in Anniston, Alabama. Great coffee shop. You can actually buy these cute little mugs. And he also has t-shirts on display and some other things. Susan sells her brownies in there.
Yes, and
And,
banana nut bread and zucchini bread and gluten-free items.
Yeah, and it's delicious because I personally have ate it.
Thank you.
And I go through the drive-thru a lot there after
Good.
yoga.
Yep.
And which is another community-based thing. Support your local gyms or whatever you have. I just go to the Y because it's cost-effective, and I only want a yoga class. But you can call Jared and his wife at Cold Coffee at 256-239-4417. He'll be happy to do a pre-filled order if you want to order coffee for your teachers at school, for your office employees, or you just got a big event coming up
Yeah.
maybe on a Saturday. And maybe you're
Yes.
going to have Susan to cater
That's
your
right.
lunch,
That's
but
right.
you want to have coffee.
And Jared's gonna bring the coffee.
He could do the drinks
Yep,
for you.
absolutely.
So it's a good way to shop local.
You bet.
Also, right down the street is a Quality Farms with Samuel Sawyer. Great business there. He really wants people to eat healthier, be healthier. He comes from a wonderful family background of his father and grandfather were pharmacists. Had a little Sawyer's Sawyer's Pharmacy.
Yes.
And then his dad had a little farming shop.
He had a
right,
big
Susan?
he had a big produce shop.
Big produce shop.
It was big, and Samuel and John Mark are working on sustainable farming hydroponically. They have the romaine lettuce, and then they have the mushroom vault, and they use the mushrooms to create tinctures that help you with your mental state, that help you physiologically. Give them a call, drop by, and see what they've got going on there.
That's right. 256-283-2991. And Samuel Sawyer, you can actually call him. He is a wonderful young man. He will help you any way he can. He's really been pushing a lot of our local businesses. He actually grows romaine lettuce there, Laura, because I know
Wow.
you're not from this
No.
area. You're in Cherokee County. And the lettuce is wonderful.
It's lovely.
He sells it at W & Grocery in Heflin now and at a local meat market
They'll
here
be
on
in
Highway
Cherokee County
78.
before you know it.
Yes.
We'll be watching for that.
Yeah, and
Yep.
he's working with all the schools, y'all, and so he's trying to help our children even eat healthier.
Yes.
And you actually, the romaine lettuce is so good
It
compared to coming out of the ground.
Because it's
Oh
so
my
fresh,
gosh.
and the towers that they have where they grow the lettuce are sponsored by individuals and businesses so that they are able to share that with the schools and
we're
feed
going
the
to talk
kids.
more about that as soon as we take a quick break. We'll be right back. Stay with us in style. We'll be right back. Welcome back to In Style Cooking and the Community. I thank you for joining us. Thank you for supporting our show, and thank you for supporting our community and the local communities because it is so important. And Laura is from Weisslake Realty in Cherokee, Alabama, which is just right up the road, 20 minutes from the end of Calhoun County, Piedmont, right?
It is.
Actually, it's
16
only
miles.
10 minutes from Piedmont, right? But because I love that area. Beautiful places to eat.
It's a beautiful drive up there, too, from this area.
Yes, and if you love to fish, it's a great place to catch fish.
Heck yeah.
I love crappie.
Yeah.
And it's also known as crappie home, isn't
It's
it?
crappie capital of the world.
There you go.
Crappie capital of the world.
Somewhere special.
Yes, yes. I love it up there. All right, now Laura is a real estate agent, and you've been doing this for a number of years, so tell us what is happening right now in real estate. What can we expect, and what do you think is going to happen with the Fed, with the rates, and all that to help our young people that are wanting to buy a home?
Well, right now the rates are flexible. You know, you see them come up and you see them go down. One of my dear friends is a great mortgage broker, and she thinks that in September we should see the rates dropping a little bit.
Okay.
Which anything right now will help.
Right.
But I know just from experience there are some really good loans out there, and the best thing that I can say for somebody that's going to be looking for a home is to get pre-qualified with one of our great lenders and let the lender know what you're expecting. And sometimes people's eyes are a little bigger than their pocketbooks, and they don't quite realize that.
Right.
And, you know, we don't ever want to see anybody think that they can't afford a home, because there's a home out there.
Right.
Being qualified is a big step, because it lets the seller that you like their home know that you are a full-fledged buyer. And there's a difference in being pre-qualified versus being qualified. And
Explain that now, because I mean, a lot of people, I wouldn't have known that. Pre-qualified versus qualified.
Pre-qualified means that you have talked to a lender and you have given them all of your information, but there's been no credit check run.
Oh.
And when they run your credit check, if the person has forgotten about a loan that they might have had at one time, that maybe there was a late payment or something showed up, because everybody goes through times in their life that they may have forgot something. But anyway, then they will be able to pull that up and explain that. And another thing that we have seen hurt people is if somebody has had a medical bills in the past, then if that's still lingering on there, the mortgage lady or gentleman is able to tell you and to walk through, and a lot of times they will get that taken off your credit for you.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, it's, you know, it's a different thing that they can do, or
because
either
medical's a lot different than like just not paying your car payment.
It is, and you know, sometimes, you know, the medical billing will change ownerships, who's doing the medical billing. It might have been something had been forgot about. But the ladies that I have worked with and gentlemen in the past has took some people that a medical bill would come up, and they will help them write a letter to explain to them what it's went on, and that changes matters some. And then, of course, in buying a home, your credit report is essential. And you need to get you need to know what you've got. And that makes a big difference there. And then, of course, there's a lot of other steps. But we've got homes listed, oh my goodness, I guess the cheapest home in our area right now, and it's already under contract, is $66,000. You don't see those type of homes very often because, you know, it's just, most of the time they're going to have to be rehabbed in some way or the other.
Renovated. And,
and there's loans that the people can help you with those loans too. And then we've got some all the way up to $1.8 million.
Right.
Of course,
because there's some beautiful
That's a little out of my
places on the
budget.
water.
it's a little out of mine too.
There's some beautiful places though on the water up there, and like Laura is great. I mean, like she helped me and my husband. We just wanted just a little bitty place, just a lot.
I call those getaways.
Yes, and she helped tremendously, and you can tell her what your budget is, and she'll be honest with you and say, okay, this is what I've got, this is what you're wanting, this is all I've got. But it's just a wonderful, wonderful area up there in Cherokee County. Yes, it's beautiful.
You know, sometimes it's one of the words that people uses a lot is location, location, location.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, different people, that location means different things.
Right.
You wanted a getaway. Well, and like I said, my getaway is back right there.
I was going to say, I wanted the getaway, but my husband wanted home.
Yeah.
Because he's born and raised.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's streets named after the Tillerys
Absolutely.
up there, and the Mackeys and all that.
All the way back to my second grade.
So he's got a lot of heritage there, and he
does.
wanted to be there. So
And I'll plug him as a good real insurance agent.
Yes, yes, he's been there a long time.
He has.
And he's done a lot, and I'll have to give him a little plug too. He was a really good football player at Alabama until he told me the story about moving back home.
Yeah.
You know. So, but he's just a good man. He fills in, he preaches,
is.
he does a lot of things.
He is a
to
good
help
person.
Anybody, I think, pretty much. You know.
That comes with his family. He was taught. He was taught.
Yeah. Yeah.
To care for people.
Got good parents.
Yeah.
Good mom and dad.
Yeah, and I've done real estate transactions with his dad too.
Yeah, I did with Tommy. Yeah, and Uncle Bo. Small
all
world.
those goes back, and then Kathy and I, his aunt, was really good friends. And
Now
so
I met her. She passed away years ago,
did.
but I met her. She's a very nice lady.
Yeah, it's been a long. She's been gone about 7 or 8 years, I guess, something of that nature. I can't really remember for sure, but it's been a while.
Well, back to real estate now. Tell us if it's a young couple. I know I have a son that just got engaged. Now they've already got a home because she had purchased one. And so they won't be purchasing a home right away. But a lot of these young people in their 20s, like our youngest son, Mason, he probably would be a home buyer. What do they need to save up for? What's happening now?
They need. I'm going to use the example of one of my agent's daughters. She's 21 and she's getting married in November. Her and her fiance saved up, and they were able to get a brand new home with a great loan and a great location.
Oh wow! That's
for
great.
Under $250. And I know that sounds like a lot, but if these young people
they're both working.
They're both working.
Right.
But if a young person tries to rent, you want them to be in an area where the house is in good condition. And we do have some good rentals, but they're all taken.
Right.
So, you know, if you really want home ownership like this young couple did, they didn't jump on the first home they saw.
That's smart.
They did not jump on it.
You got to shop.
And their mother and daddy was very supportive of going to it and making sure that it would be a place where they thought their daughter and son-in-law would be happy at.
Right.
And she's excited. She lives there during the week. And he comes, he's still in Georgia, so he comes on the weekend and she goes back home to mama.
What about that? Wow.
And it's worked out good, but they were able to get a new home. And we do have a lot of good builders in our area. And then sometimes we have some homes that needs a lot of fixing up that you can, like I mentioned earlier, you can get the loans, but it has to be a certain way. And we have some lenders that will work with you on custom homes, and they don't always have to be these high-end homes.
Right. That's what I was going to say. Like a lot of young people nowadays, you may be out there and you're watching the show, you decide you don't want to go to college and you want to go to a technical school for 2 years. You graduate, you're getting on your feet, but you don't want to rent, you want to buy, but maybe you've got a car payment, so you need to go with $100,000 to $150,000 a price range, or actually even under $100,000. There's a lot of old homes out there that you, if you don't have one in Cherokee, can you help find them?
We can go anywhere in the state of Alabama. We're licensed anywhere in Alabama, and we are also licensed in Georgia.
That's good.
I don't particularly go to Georgia usually Keisha Klein is my agent that goes to Georgia
Right.
because she's from Georgia.
Right.
So she knows the area better than I do. And if we're going to serve our customer, it needs to be one that knows the area. So I just call her my Georgia girl.
Yeah.
That's good that you can have that.
Well, it gives
important.
Well, you know, being a realtor is not just about selling houses or selling volumes in it. I want to be able to, first of all, to honor God with what He's blessed me with.
Yes, ma'am.
And then to let those young people and their parents know that we truly care about them.
Right.
That we don't want to see them get into a bind later
Get
on.
over their head. Yes, ma'am.
Because there's a fine line there that sometimes the kids don't seem to realize that mom and dad may have this,
Right.
but you may not can go to this right now.
Yeah.
But they took the steps walking to that.
Yeah.
Right.
And that needs to be done.
Right.
You know, there's insurance, there's taxes, and every house.
It's a lot. It is a lot.
And each home is going to have a problem at some point in time.
Absolutely.
And you know, when your insurance will cover a lot of the disaster things, but you know,
Not if the air conditioner breaks down.
no. And look how much that could be.
Exactly.
Well, Alpha does do that now, ironically so, if it's not too old. But
Plug Chris.
Yeah, there you go. But I thank you so much for joining
Well,
us, Laura.
I am honored, and it has been so fun. I enjoyed your cooking segment,
Thank you.
and this is
Thank
delicious.
you.
Yes,
you.
and thank you, Susan, for all you've done
My
to help
pleasure.
us on
It's
the
been
show
great.
today and all the shows we've done. And thank you for tuning in and viewing our show every week on Wednesdays, 8 to 9 in the morning, on Wednesday nights, 7 to 8 p.m., on Saturday afternoons, 1 to 2 p.m., on Sunday afternoons, 4 to 5 p.m., and the last on Monday evening, 7 to 8 p.m. before a new show aired on Wednesday morning.
Yes.
Thank you for your support. Thank you for shopping local. So if you don't shop here in Calhoun County, please shop in Cherokee. They've got a great strip of shops
We
up
do.
there. Some wonderful restaurants.
Some good cosmetologists.
Yes. I actually, there's a
meet
great
Margaret.
There's a girl
Yes.
there that cuts my hair too.
Oh, really?
Yes, I've got a hairdresser there
Oh,
and
good,
in Calhoun
good.
County. Yes, just a great area
A
and
great little clothing shop.
and don't forget they've got an event coming up the first Saturday in October.
Yes. When
Yes.
downtown
Come early.
shuts down.
Yes.
7
So
a.m.
shop
Be
local.
there.
Thank you for watching and have a great day.